Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Cody Rhodes is not afraid of The Rock.
Huge changes for WWE's top stable.
WWE Legend says this current star is the new Macho Man.
And Kevin Kelly is gone from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Kick this one off by talking about Cody Rhodes in his big interview on Busted Open Radio, because he doesn't give a damn about The Rock.
Ooh.
And he's not, well, he does, but, you know, it sounds sexier when I make it sound like that. He's not going to let The Rock take his spot at WrestleMania 40.
Where is The Rock? Oh, he's over there.
Yeah, he's under there somewhere.
He's got one arm. He's behind Jericho at the top.
I don't know why he chooses to live here of all places. It's really weird for a man of his wealth. But yeah, Cody's just protecting his spot here, and it's good to see. He's bullish. He is not going to let anyone stand between him and the WrestleMania 40 main event.
Yes.
I mean, really, Triple H could probably stand between him if he wanted to, but I don't know why he would do that. Just going to read you some quotes here. He's talking about how he would say the same if him and The Rock were in the same room, because he would expect the same of The Rock. And it's the same attitude that Big Dwayne had early in his career when he was fighting to the top. Here's what Cody said. No matter what he said, anyone who did ask me, anyone who did confront me on it, I said, I'm not flinching. I'm not flinching. And I feel if The Rock and I were in the same room, he would expect nothing less from me. If you think it's somebody else, as in the WrestleMania headlining spot, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you know it's me. And that's the same attitude The Rock had when he was climbing the ladder. And he just goes on and on and on. This is great. I don't care who it is. If it happens to be The Rock, if it happens to be anyone who comes into the fray, a wonderful superstar like LA Knight, an absolute stellar performer like Sami Zayn, who him and I went toe-to-toe in a way last year. Line them up and I'm just going to do everything I can to outrun them. I certainly am. And I mean that with the utmost respect to them. I wasn't shook at all by Rock's big day out.
I love that line.
That's his SmackDown return. What I would say is I'm not flinching. If The Rock's part of WrestleMania 40, that would be outstanding. He should be. It's The Rock. But I don't think he'll be in my spot. Clearly a man very determined to finish the story this year after obviously failing to do so at WrestleMania 39. The Rock's big day out is a wonderful line. I would have called it Little Day Out. Just make it like really demeaning. Like annoy him for no reason. Be an objectively terrible idea. But there you go. Cody, protective of the spot.
Quite right. I mean, he should be confident in that, to be fair. I think this is a very different world we live in nowadays, that you can actually sit here before Survivor Series and say, I reckon we could predict at least 50% of the WrestleMania card, and barring any major changes, it's going to be like that. And I think, Cody is going to be the guy to dethrone Roman Reigns on the grandest stage of them all. The Rock may be there. The Rock may be setting his name on fire, but he is not going to be the guy. I mean, there may even be a match between Roman and The Rock on night one. Whatever. If you want that, that's fine. I'd love to see The Rock in person at WrestleMania. But, it's got to be Cody's day. And once again, WWE justified in not putting the title on Cody at WrestleMania 39.
Oh boy, that's going to get them going. Tell us what you think of that.
Hang on.
Down in the comments. The thing is, it's going to be 50-50, man. One side's going to be like, hell yeah, and the other side's going to be like, Adam's insane, and they're going to do that. So, like, that's how you fight these days. You just kind of
like Rock 'em, Sock 'em, Robot.
Yeah, it's really easy. But let us know down in the comments. Do you want Cody on top? Do you want The Rock on top? What do you think of 39, Adam's take?
Yeah.
Tony Bone. Let's move on.
Speaking of on top, Mammy's always on top. Mammy's in the Judgment Day. Big changes for the Judgment Day. Segue, baby.
Thing happens on show.
2 new members added on last night's episode of Monday Night Raw.
2 new members, but only one of them's a dick.
And guess in the comments which one he's referring to.
It's not the one that supports Rangers.
JD McDonough. That's a rarity as well.
For a change. I'm joking.
JD McDonough has officially joined the Judgment Day. Damian Priest finally sort of went, oh, go on then, we can let him in. After he took a bullet for him, he took a spear. Big schmoz at the beginning of Monday Night Raw, or in the immediate aftermath of a DQ match. A DQ match? A match that was DQ'd. There was basically the 4 people that are in War Games that aren't the people fighting for the tag titles. They had a match. Sammy, Seth, JD, and Dominic. All shenanigans because Priest and Balor got involved. JD McDonough took a spear, and they finally sort of went, oh, fine, you can be a part of the bloody Judgment Day. But never mind all that because Drew McIntyre is also seemingly a member of the Judgment Day. He got involved in the main event, in the tag title match, because everyone else in Judgment Day had been banned from the arena, not even just from ringside. And it looked like Jay and Cody were going to regain the tag titles until Drew McIntyre claymore Jey Uso's head off, chucked him back in the ring, and Finn Balor went, thanks very much, and pinned him 1, 2, 3. He's going to look so good in a purple kilt.
Yeah, he's going to get that purple kilt really soon. Yeah, interesting shake-ups. It's clearly heading towards the 5-on-5 War Games.
Could be the fifth man. CM Punk, perhaps? No. We talked about it yesterday.
We did indeed. So if you want to avoid Survivor Series spoilers, we won't mention that person's name. But yeah, Drew on the heel side, obviously, and then the other person on the face side.
Let's just say you could feed him more.
It's Brad Maddox, everybody. But yeah, like the Drew stuff's been really well handled.
Drew's heel turn's been brilliant.
Yeah, from start to finish, it's been really good. And obviously, they've kept the through line with the JT McDonough stuff, like jokes aside earlier. They've kept that stuff going for ages and ages and ages. Obviously, he has the relationship with Finn that they've built this around. So yeah, like
both from Wales, of course. Clash of the Castle, back garden.
This is just so chaotic.
Sorry.
It's good is what I'm trying to say.
Good stuff. We'll talk about it on the Raw Review podcast. And, of course, Simon will have your ups and downs coming later on today.
He will indeed. Look out for that. And look out for the subscription button.
Yeah, if you want to be told when it drops, ring the bell.
If you want to be really cool, be cool, help the school. Don't be a fool.
Yeah.
Play Zool. I've run out of ools.
Bejeweled.
No.
Classic game.
The Kevin Nash. He's been on. He's been talking about Seth Rollins.
I like this line.
He's called him the new Macho Man, innit? Interesting.
It really made me think about it, this.
It's actually a pretty good comparison.
Yeah.
When you think about how stupid both of them are. And I like both of them. I say stupid endearingly.
Yeah, if he cut a promo about the cream always rising to the top, I'd 100% believe it.
Wouldn't budge. You wouldn't budge, would you? The clothes, the outlandish personality, the stupid voice. They're very silly guys, both of them. So this kind of adds up. I'll read you what Kevin Nash said about Seth the Chef on his Click This podcast.
Hey, one of the best podcasts out there. That's not ours.
Hey, there you go. We are the biggest podcast in the world, baby. Bigger than Joe Rogan. That's the biggest podcast.
We've actually bought his studios. So.
We've got that monster thing he has in there. Does he still? I don't.
Has he got a monster?
Yeah, he had a monster.
Did he?
I used to listen to it quite a lot, and then it went a bit weird, and I stopped because I don't subscribe to the beliefs of a lot of people.
Yeah,
on
they
that
let
show.
anyone on there.
But yeah, it used to be pretty good. Like when they had Maynard from Tool was on there once. It was great. They used to get like MMA fighters and people.
That was awesome.
Now it's a bit but you know, it's not for me. It's not for me. Anyway, we are bigger than Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I like his UFC commentary. Kevin Nash has said this about Seth.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
We're all over the place. I didn't like the Seth Freakin' character. He just called him Seth Freakin'. It's just funny. For quite a while. But then I just realised in the last month or two, he's kind of like the modern day Macho. He has that kind of the glasses, and he's just got a kind of Macho Man vibe. If you were to modernise Macho Man, it'd kind of be Seth. Plus, he can work his effing ass off. Yeah. He's really effing good. So I think it's a fun comparison. Rollins has obviously been world champion for 170 odd days at this point. Recently, he's been kind of more veering into more grounded, earnest territory. I like it when he's a bit more outlandish and a bit wackier. But yeah, there you go.
And I think WWE completely vindicated, to be fair, in their decision to put the World Heavyweight Championship on it, because everyone thought, that's kind of a secondary title. He's really clutched that tight and made it mean something. So fair play to him, and I think it's a great comparison.
Yeah, it's fun. Like everyone, all these bulks. Is that the word? Bulk? Like goes
Yeah.
When like a person gets compared to a legend, but sometimes it's fun. So it's better than comparing Gable Steveson to Kurt Angle. Put it that way. Like that's a shame for Gable Steveson. Like he didn't deserve that lofty comparison.
I don't care about him.
The match wasn't good, but you know.
From one Kevin to another, Kevin Kelly.
Yeah. What's another really before we continue? What's another really popular thing that we can just destroy? We've done Joe Rogan. It wasn't really a destruction.
Prime,
there you go.
Delicious.
Pish. Anyway.
Kevin Kelly's left New Japan. they made an announcement saying New Japan announced. No, that's the bit I've written beforehand and accidentally put in italics. Thank you for supporting New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kevin Kelly, who's been the English voice of New Japan broadcast since King of Pro Wrestling 2015. He's departed New Japan to pursue outside opportunities. He was originally planning to join the English broadcast of Wrestle Kingdom 18s on January 4th, but will be unable to attend due to family commitments. New Japan Pro Wrestling joins fans in their gratitude for the work Kevin has done to grow the English-speaking audience for New Japan, and for countless memorable calls over the years. We wish Kevin the very best in his future. Kelly, who has since taken up a position in the AEW Collision announce booth, has been replaced by Walker Stewart, who's going to be taking the position, who took the position, in October. And he also cited the reason Kevin Kelly is back in September for him leaving, which was kind of fair enough. Someone said, "Oh, rubbish that you're leaving," and he was like, "My wife of 32 years says she doesn't want to be alone anymore, so that's why I made the decision," which is completely fair enough.
Yeah, you can't argue with that, can you?
No.
Imagine that. Oh, shut up, Kevin.
Yeah.
I've not heard Old Velvet Voice. That's your new man. He's like 22. Amazing that he's getting a really cool gig like this at this age, and it speaks to his talents. I've not heard his work yet. I tend to watch New Japan with the Japanese commentary because I'm a dirty hipster.
Yeah.
However, Kevin Kelly was very important in bridging the gap.
Yes.
For Western audiences. Obviously, they've had a bunch of different English language commentators. They had Jim Ross on Access with Josh Barnett, which was fun.
When he got knocked over.
Yeah, that's the one. That was a poor Jim. That was really rough. Steve Corino was in there with Kevin Kelly for a bit. I loved Steve Corino in that job. Big Mike, funny guy. Don Callis did it for a bit. Chris Charlton.
Don Callis has already gone after Kevin Kelly for his photo.
Yeah, he loves it, man. He absolutely loves it. And now Kevin's moving on, and very important guy. Like a lot of people getting into New Japan. For a lot of people, the commentary was a barrier. I think Kevin did a good job of explaining the stories and everything for English viewers. And his role in the company's expansion is important in the US and other English-speaking countries. So he's obviously on Collision now.
Yeah. Good addition. Nice that he gets to spend more time with his wife, obviously. Yeah.
His career revival has been pretty interesting to me because I remember watching him in WWF when I was like 7 or whatever. And I was like, he just kind of vanished in like 2003, and then he re-emerged. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So yeah, good for him making a choice for him and his family.
Yeah, I just don't trust anyone with 2 first names.
Yeah, so. Kelly, another one. Can't trust these Kellys, man.
That's it Santino called her. Kelly. Pop me every time. Right, let's move over to the Twitter questions. At What Culture WWE, of course. If you want to get in touch with us, then it's Sahil Dyanand. I do apologise if I've pronounced that wrong, Sahil. A bit of Survivor Series booking for you, Andy.
Okay.
What if Becky joins Team Bianca and Nia Jax joins Team Damage Control? And you have Zaya attack Becky backstage to take her out of the match, and she's replaced by a debuting Jade Cargill.
Well, it would be quite appropriate to put Nia Jax in a team named Damage Control, wouldn't it? Given all the damage that she's dished out over the years. Obviously, you need to explain jokes to make them funny. The golden rule of comedy. I'm joking, of course. She's been actually lots of fun since she came back.
I'm excited for the Raquel match next week.
Yeah, I don't mind this booking at all. I think it's pretty good. Jade's been contracted for like 2 months now. Why the hell not? I still like the Rumble idea, don't get me wrong, but this is good too.
I love the addition of Asuka and obviously Kairi Sane to Damage Control. And yeah, I think 5-on-5, it just feels traditional, feels right, obviously, and especially because they're doing it with the men's team. So I think, you add an enforcer. Maybe Rhea. Maybe you add Rhea rather than Nia Jax. I don't know whether I'd do the whole backstage attack thing. It does happen quite a lot on the night of Survivor Series. So maybe you should advance Jade Cargill in advance, because the big surprise on the night is going to be CM Punk showing up.
Obviously.
Right, second
and his
question.
tag team partner, Colt Cabana.
Second question today.
They are in Chicago.
Comes from Reese Lewis. With WWE having to run PLEs where big champs like Gunther and Rhea aren't present in the last few months, does WWE have a problem of oversaturation? Would brand-specific PLEs be a way to solve this?
No, I actually like the WWE model now. I prefer it, honestly. I like that the shows only have like 6 or 7 matches on them. I think it's better. I think that, for me, it's not really an oversaturation problem. I think wrestling in general is pretty oversaturated.
Yeah.
But that's a universal problem. I think, I like the current WWE format. The problem I have with the PLEs is the pacing of them is a bit messed up. And you get like 15-minute gaps between matches.
Great to catch up on the next day.
Yeah. Yo, man, if you're watching on the network, fast forward, hell yeah, it's the best thing ever. You just skip all these video packages and Peacock adverts.
That was so weird initially, where you were watching on the WWE network here in the UK, and obviously they'd go to Peacock ads.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, are they doing a big hype package for Charlotte Flair?
Yeah.
We're just in an ad break.
Yeah, exactly. It's just random stuff. And also, for me, oversaturation, you make it worse if you add more shows.
Yeah.
So I would not do that.
No.
Personally.
No, and I think you're just limiting yourself with brand-specific PLEs, and you'll inevitably break the rules, so don't enforce that.
Yeah, everyone jumps around anyway.
Or just bring back 2 weekly, what are they called, bi-weekly pay-per-views.
Oh, gosh.
And then we'll always have content.
Be good for the
content game.
Content, but you'll be doing a live stream every second week. You'll be doing 26 live streams a year. No baby time for you, brother. I'm sorry. Sorry, baby Wilborn. Daddy's got a live stream.
Daddy's not home.
Yeah.
Daddy's got to be in the office. I think they've got it right about now. And like you say, in terms of length of pay-per-views, aside from the Peacock bollocks, 5-6 matches. That's all you need, Tony. Right, final question today comes from Vacant's manager, who says, "Hey, legends." Thanks very much.
The manager.
I'm so excited to ask this question. I hyped this up in the office, by the way, beforehand.
God.
Any thoughts of a DX 2.0 starring, wait for it, Sean's, Hunter's, Steph's, and Shane's adult children? Or would this be more of an authority story? I know how much you love... What's his name, McMahon?
Declan McMahon. Yeah, he's an interesting...
He was on your Hall of Fame list.
He is, yeah. I'd put him in the Hall of Fame, along with Bogger Bogson.
Check out the list, it's very good. At Andy H. Murray on Twitter.
Keen Ian Bean, he was in there. Declan McMahon, don't look at his Twitter likes for the love of God. We're crushing it. We're pissing people off, which is stupid.
I did think that was a strategy for a while for England naturally to be good at football, to just get the golden generations players, have them all have children at the same time, and be like, right, okay, we've got Scholes again, we've got Beckham, we've got Owen, we've got Shearer.
One of them Beckhams is at Brentford B, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He's hanging about.
Buzzing around, buzzing
about. England will never be good at football, mate. So don't worry about
the
that.
men's team, women's team's
great.
great.
Yeah, the Lionesses are good.
Yeah.
The men's team are a disgrace and a joke.
But yeah, I think you like that here at the stable, don't you?
Yeah, why not? Sure, whatever.
You could merge them with Tony D's and call them the family, because I just, you know what? I thought, this is lovely. You know when Shane came out, was it 32 with all of his kids? Come on, watch Daddy die.
Yeah.
Right.
Would they be called D-Generation Z?
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah. And I thought, that's so nice. Look at him as kids. I didn't think in a few years they're going to be arseholes. So.
He might be a lovely guy.
Hey, there might be, but don't read his Twitter likes.
Yeah.
But you know what you should do, Andy?
Click this video.
Bye.
Bye.